I'll get an alert that you're live.
You are now live.
It's rolling.
It's rolling.
Hi. Gonna give it a few minutes. I know we're about a minute early, so I'll just let you look at the billboard my wife gave me. And if I'm a little slow, sorry, go ahead. We've got Therese, our friend Therese Barrett, a fabulous photographer here in the city. She lives just a few blocks away, so she came over to help us film this. But if I feel a little slow, Deanna had a bet with me that every time she said run PPA in her demonstration, I had to take a shot. And she said it a lot. So, but I think we'll get through it. Just teasing. All right, well, are we at 9:30? Are we ready to go?
9:30.
9:30. Well, thank you for joining us on Giving Tuesday here at PPA Charities. My name is Cris Duncan. I'm here with my lovely wife, Deanna. You saw her earlier talking about ways to have joy through the holidays. And I'm a lighting guy. I love lighting. And so I'm going to talk about the umbrella. Shouldn't open it indoors. It's lots of bad luck. But that's okay. This is one of my favorite modifiers. It's cheap. It's easy to transport. It's easy to set up and take down. And so it's great in the studio. It's great to take on location. So I'm going to show you 5 different ways you can light your subjects in a portrait setting using an umbrella. And so we're going to get started?
We are.
Okay. Deanna,
Run PPA.
Deanna, if you'll just have a seat right there. The first thing that I want to, yeah, that's perfect. That's beautiful. You know, butterfly lighting is such a wonderful style of lighting, and everyone says use a beauty dish. Well, beauty dishes are great. I have a couple you may can see up there. I love the beauty dish, but they're very expensive. And so if you're just getting started, it's hard to justify spending $300 or $400 on a modifier when this comes in your kit. So I'm going to show you that you can do the same type of lighting with a umbrella. Basically, you still get the same round light. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm a little bit old school. I like to use a light meter to know what my exposure is right off the bat. And so we're going to test the light there. It works. I'm going to stick it right under Deanna's chin. And it's telling me I'm an F11. And we've got the Cam Ranger set up to the camera. It's going to be displaying to an iPad that Therese is holding, so you'll be able to see these images right as I take them. And we're hoping that I don't screw up too bad. And they look good. So, man, look at this face. How could you not love this face, right? So are you going to do a smile, a no smile, or a, what we call a schmeal?
Smize.
A smize.
Smile with your eyes.
A smize. We're going to do a smize here. Look at that face. Here we go. Butterfly lighting with the umbrella. That's our first trick. That looks pretty good. I am going to adjust that just a little bit. I'm going to pull this back just a tad, put her a little more at the edge. You're welcome to see that on that iPad there. Thank you for joining us today on Giving Tuesday with PPA Charities. Now, if this is something you don't like, that shadow underneath the nose or on the neck so much that you get with glamour lighting, the quick option is just a piece of foam core. You can get at Hobby Lobby or Walmart or the grocery store when you're on your kid's science project. Sometimes I'll let my model hold it as long as it's not going to be in the shot and it's full length. It's kind of weird if it's full length and they're holding a whiteboard. You might as well put desserts on it if you're going to do that. I need you to lower that right about your thighs, Deanna. Bring that chin down. Let me see those beautiful eyes of yours. There you go. And show me that smile. There you go. A little more cleavage. No, just tease. Okay. We won't do that. Right there. Beautiful. And so that just reduces some of those shadows. Butterfly lighting is great. Shows great cheekbone structure. Gives a nice catch light in the eyes. If your person has lots of acne, this is not the lighting for them, or they'll look like the surface of the moon, which is usually not what your clients will want to look like. So that's lighting style 1 with an umbrella. Okay, number 2, Deanna, if you'll come over on this stool. You can see my umbrella is pretty small. It's about 36 inches diameter. And so that could give us a pretty hard light quality. So to make it bigger, in the studio, I just pull down my high key background, and I'm going to bounce this into this high key background. And so now this is not my light source anymore. This is my light source. It'll produce a nice, soft light quality because it's so large. If you're on location and you don't have a studio, rest assured most people's homes will have some type of white wall you can use. If not, we buy a painter's drop cloth we get at Home Depot. It's like $8. You can easily tape that to the wall and bounce off of that. And it's really effective to give you the same look if you don't have a studio to do it. Gonna meter again.
Okay, so Chris, what direction do you point your light meter at?
I point my light, that's a good question, Jana. I point my light meter at the light source. So I know there's some discretion or discrepancy about pointing towards the camera. The camera's always been the natural place because most portrait photographers put the light close to the camera in front. Well, in this situation, the light's really coming from my right to left, so I need to point it towards my light direction because I'm metering the light, not what the camera sees. That's good, Deanna. Let's bring that hand on that hip and let's kind of turn your head towards my light source. We should have a nice, soft light quality here on this. Head a little more this way. Beautiful, beautiful right there. Look at that. Looks like we got a nice 4x6 or 6 foot off-to-box or big soft box there. Nice, beautiful soft light. So, people seeing that? That's perfect. Okay, so that's one way to get nice soft light is off the high key background. If you don't have a white sheet or a background in your studio, you might think, well, I'm just going to point the umbrella at her. Well, this works too. This will be a harder light quality because the size is smaller. And I love soft light quality. So I'll take a diffusion panel. I'm going to put the diffusion panel in front of Deanna, blocking the light there. But I'm going to let some of this light spill into the background. One of the beautiful things about an umbrella is it puts light everywhere. One of the horrible things about an umbrella is it puts light everywhere. So I will probably get a lot more light out of this now since it's not bounced, it's more direct, even though it is diffused. So I'm going to meter again towards the light. Everyone can see my run PPA. And if you compare
Oh, so are you going to be running, Chris?
I will be running and I plan on finishing. How about that?
Nice.
I'm going to finish because I hear you're giving everybody a beer when they cross the finish line.
I'm not sure about that. I'll give everybody a medal.
You give everybody a medal. That's just as good. Turn your head towards the left, Deanna. You'll notice in this one, this is a good one for a real smile. A little bit that way. Man, this girl is pretty. Am I lucky or what? So you can see there I got a little bit of a harder light quality because the light source is big and the background's a little bit brighter. If you don't have a diffuser on a stand like this, a pop-out diffuser that most photographers carry in their kit works well. And if you have an assistant with you, which we recommend, have your assistant hold this in front. And you can still use your umbrella, get a nice light spread, and this just helps soften it a little bit. And you still get that nice round catch light in your eyes.
You also just clamp it to a light stand?
You could clamp it if you wouldn't need another light stand here to do that. Yes. Or you could have your client hold it.
We've done that.
And just get a picture with them with their arm out. That works great if you're cropping in right here. So, excellent. Okay, that's 3 ways to use an umbrella. We're going to say we're going to do 5.
5. Yeah. 5.
So everyone's going, well, Chris, this is great. An umbrella throws a lot of light everywhere. We get lots of light out of it. What if I'm going to do low-key portraits? So I'm glad you asked that question because we're going to do a low-key portrait right now. Deanna?
Yes, sir.
We'll come over here.
Okay.
I'm going to move this slide a little bit this way.
Would you like a low-key background?
Let's pull that down. Make sure you clamp it to the wall so it doesn't come off my roller. So low-key is typically, it's darker. The subject is going to be brighter than the background, and it's all designed to set off our subject against the background. A lot of times low-key looks great as black and white, or it's something that we want to portray an emotion in. So I don't want a big smile on this. I want something more pensive and perhaps maybe just a profile image. So I'm going to turn you this way. Now I've done this at workshops before in different classes I've taught, and people always think I'm crazy because I'm pointing the light right into the camera. And yes, flare could be an issue. I got to watch for flare. But the main thing is I'm understanding that if I position it this way, I'm removing light from the background. I don't want light on the background in a low-key situation because low-key, the subject is typically brighter than the background. So I'm going to point it here where my subject is right at that edge. That light should feather right here. I'm going to do a nice profile shot of Deanna. And this would be a great shot if she had just had a new baby, which would be a surprise to me. But if she did, she'd be holding that baby, looking this way to be a beautiful, low-key, relational type portrait. She doesn't have a baby. We do have a mannequin head we can have you hold.
Okay. Oh, we have a puppy?
We're not going to bring the puppy in here. Good God. I'd start drinking and it would be bad. So let's turn that down just a little bit. Step forward just a little bit, sweetheart.
People are gonna think you don't love our puppy.
I love our puppy. And he loves to eat our underwear. But that's a story for another day. So we're right there. Deanna, you're going to turn here this way. We're going to do more of a profile style lighting. Right there. Show that beautiful ring she has. I'm sure I bought that. Somebody bought a big portrait. And I was able to buy a ring, which is always nice. Bring your chin down a little bit, sweetheart, right there. Beautiful. Look at that nice low-key profile lighting. Yeah, I want you to turn your head towards me a little bit. Not quite that much. Tilt towards the light. Turn towards me a little more. Chin down. We don't want that cheek to break the plane right there. Looking off. Beautiful. Okay, now this may be a little dark for some. So I could easily put a reflector card here as things pop up and fall down all over. I'm going to let Deanna hold that. Just to fill in a little light on that side. Just so you can see the difference. Turn towards me a little bit more, Deanna. Chin down. Beautiful right there. So there you can see how that shows in that shadow side a little bit. But umbrella makes a nice low-key light. The key to this is how you position it in relationship to your subject. Notice it's pointing to the camera. Profile lighting, you would think I would do this, but what that's going to do is put as much light in the background as it is my subject. I'm not going to have that separation that I'm looking for. Okay, that's 4 ways.
4.
We promised these people 5 ways to use an umbrella. So if you'll move over to the couch.
Okay.
You can notice where Therese is filming that you can see our reflections in the window because it's dark outside here in Texas at 9:41 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Which is a great time to go to Run PPA and to sign up for the Superhero for Smiles.
Absolutely. And everyone loves window light.
They do.
What if your client can't get here because of work or whatever the reason is, but they want that nice soft window light look? Well, obviously you don't have to have it a window to do that. You can see I've put a shoot-through umbrella, outside. And I'll turn that on so you can see it. This is a 7-foot shoot-through. It's still an umbrella. It's manufactured by Westcott. It's $99. It's just as easy to set up and transport as this. And take, and it gives me a nice, soft light because of its size. And that's what most window light is a nice, soft, directional light. So I'm going to meter this again. That's on a different channel. We'll change that. We'll test it at finders. And I will meter towards the light. And since most window light is soft and diffused, I will turn that model off, so maybe it's probably a little easier to see. You don't have a lot of output from it, so shooting an F11 with window light doesn't make sense. So that power was very low, and I'm right at F4. So we're going to try to do a nice soft window light look here. Deanna, look at that. Oh man, this girl rocks. I should marry her. There you go. We're at F4, I said. Perfect right there. And here we fire. Everything works. Beautiful soft light. I'm going to adjust my shutter a little bit, control some ambient that we have in our room. There we go. So everyone can see that pop up through the cam ranger on the iPad. So right there, within less than 15 minutes, we were able to do 5 types of umbrella light. We went from butterfly. We did bounced off a white wall to make our small umbrella larger. We shot through a diffuser to give us some soft light, but also highlight our background. Then we did a low-key lighting, profile type lighting, and then we went to window light, all using an umbrella. Easy to transport, easy to take apart, and put down. They're cheap, they're affordable, they come with your kits. Doesn't matter what style light you have, an umbrella is going to fit on all of them. There's no adapter rings or anything. Every light holds an umbrella. So I want to thank Deanna, my lovely bride, for modeling for me. I want to thank Therese for holding the camera and walking around our studio and not falling and tripping. And I want to thank.
You should turn it around so people can see
That's
you.
okay. It's not a good angle.
And I especially want to thank all of you for watching and for going to ppacharities.com/donate now and donating to PPA Charities. They fund Operation Smile and Don Day and more. And really what you can do with your donation is you can help a child smile today. Thanks again for watching and hope to see you guys soon.